For those of us who are non-celebrities that would have to interact with law enforcement on a day-to-day basis, if he's willing to take a knee for us, certainly we ought to take a stand and stand with him. I think it's important that we take some action steps.
As long as Kaepernick is without a job, we refuse to watch the NFL. We refuse to purchase any NFL paraphernalia endorsed by the NFL, and we refuse to engage in fantasy football.
As a church community, we commit 1 to 2 hours each Sunday for the next 17 weeks of football to pour in to our African American boys and girls. We will do this whether he is employed or not. Let's take the time that would normally be given to the NFL and give back to our boys and girls.
Spread the word to other men that we speak the language that the NFL responds to: money. Let us make it clear that since our lives matter so little to them, their product will matter even less to us.
We take a knee as Kaepernick did. We devote this season to prayer each morning, 6 a.m. for our youth, communities, local and government officials.
This is not a boycott, but a man-cott, because this demonstration is not for boys, it's for men of strong conviction.
Now, we want you to know this protest is not anti-flag because people of color love the Stars and Stripes. It is not anti-American because people of color have loved this country even when this country has not loved us back. And this protest is not anti-veteran because we support those who have made sacrifices so that our liberties have been secured. This protest is to ensure the rights of all Americans, regardless of color or creed, to be heard.
Together we stand united against discrimination in all its forms. We're making a call to people of conscience, regardless of race, religion, or creed, who are able to recognize injustice and join us in this blackout. It is a call to all pastors, leaders, and churches, not just to look at what's happening as a black problem, but as an American problem.
We black out hatred. We mourn for our brothers and sisters in Charlottesville, Virginia. And we pray for the healing of that community, along with the healing of our nation.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Damon K. Jones. I'm the New York representative of Blacks in Law Enforcement of America. And I stand here with other black officers and officers of color in support of Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick took a knee because America wasn't standing up. Colin Kaepernick recognized the racism, the sexism, the cronyism that's in law enforcement. See, black people in America, we really don't know what true justice is when our families are killed and brutalized by law enforcement. And as black law enforcement, we're 4 degrees of separation from the victims. Either we know the victim, we know somebody that knows the victim. The victim is a family member, and in many times in the state of New York, black law enforcement is the victim. See, we have to understand, since 1940, 27 black cops have been shot at, or killed by their white counterpart, and it has never happened in the reverse. Never. Never has happened in the reverse. Governor Patterson issued a police-on-police shooting task force. And what was the finding from the task force? That racial bias, conscious or unconscious, plays a role in a police officer to shoot a victim. So we wonder why these issues are continuing, because nobody is addressing it. Now, Colin Kaepernick brought this issue to the world. Everybody's talking about it. When Colin Kaepernick posts the history of law enforcement in relation to black people, yes, it started from the slave trades. It started from enforcing the black codes and the slave codes. And as our brother councilman said, the DNA of racism is embedded in what we see in law enforcement. Stop, question, and frisk started from the patrollers questioning the slaves when they traveled from plantation to plantation. But with them, they ended up being hung. In 2017, they get arrested, and we have mass incarceration. So we stand here as black law enforcement and good law enforcement in support of Colin Kaepernick. And we are outraged as the NFL had the audacity to bring Michael Vick to try to defend someone who's been to jail. He's going to defend the integrity of law enforcement and the NFL. He's not qualified. He's not qualified to talk to us about it when he's a criminal. So we're going to say again, we support Colin Kaepernick, and I will not be watching any NFL, and I will not be buying products from any of the sponsorship this year, or next year, or ever. Thank you very much.